Not another emergency, I hope. I had a work function that evening and had to get home in time to change and take a cab downtown. Also, I was tired. Doesn't look that way, but how would I know? She won't tell me her name or what she wants, only that she needs to see you. She's been waiting all afternoon. I groaned, fearing a lengthy consultation, but I was also intrigued. People who sit in waiting rooms for hours to get what they want tend to impress me. All right, send her in. The young woman who appeared in my doorway was tiny, no more than 100 pounds, early 20s maybe, with Eurasian features and glossy black hair that fell freely across her bare arms. Her yellow cotton dress was wrinkled and quite plain compared to what the generally well-off patients at the medical center usually wore, and she teetered on the kind of high platform sandals that were in vogue that summer, and that were probably keeping the orthopedists busy. One of her toes was wrapped in a grubby Band-Aid. She was fidgety, could barely meet my eyes. My first thought was that she must be a shy former patient with symptoms that embarrassed her. Yet she didn't look familiar. "Are you Mrs. Natalie March?" she asked softly, managing even in that short sentence to insert several guttural consonants where they didn't belong. A Russian accent. "I am," I said in a light tone, hoping it would help her relax. She blushed. "I am sorry for problem. I am sorry. English language is not good." "We could speak Russian if you prefer." I'd grown up speaking Russian with my immigrant parents. My fluency made me a popular physician among Russians living in the Washington, D.C. area. Business people, embassy workers, diplomats and their families. But none called me Mrs. "Da, spasibo." When I asked if she was a patient with the practice, she said no, that her business was personal. Her Russian was spiced with a subtle regional accent I couldn't place. "Have a seat," I said, indicating two leather chairs facing my desk. She perched gingerly on the one closest to the door and began twisting a small silver ring on her finger. Her hands were well made, with tapered fingers and defined muscles. In fact, every part of her anatomy was beautifully formed and proportioned. Slender ankles, toned calves, sleek arms, elegant neck. Her body gave the impression of having been sculpted by a master craftsman with a keen appreciation for the beauty of the human form. "My name is Saldana Tarasova," she said, so quietly I could barely hear her. I remained silent, knowing there was more to come. After a long pause, her dark eyes, flourishes of eyeliner accentuating their rising slant, flicked up to meet mine. "I am cousin." I offered what was probably a rather stiff smile. To the best of my knowledge, I didn't have any cousins, and now that I'd had a closer look at her, was certain we hadn't met before. The thought flashed through my mind that she might have a psychiatric disorder, in which case I'd be there all night finding the proper care for her, or that she might be dangerous, despite her innocent appearance. I pictured the red security buzzer, now standard equipment for medical personnel at the center, tucked under the lip of my desk. "Cousin?" I repeated. "I don't think so. You must be looking for someone else." She dropped her gaze abruptly, blushing so deeply that her tanned cheeks shaded to burnished copper. The nervous ring-twisting resumed, even more torturous this time. She appeared to be fighting back tears. I saw that my response had upset her and tried again. "I'm sorry. Saldana, is it?" She nodded briefly and miserably, her eyes still downcast. "You've caught me by surprise. I don't believe I..."